What is up, people, and welcome back to my Rags to Riches F1 2010 to 2014 career mode. This is the career mode where we go from one of the worst teams in F1 2010, work our way through the ranks and through the teams, and try and get a drive for one of the best teams in F1 2014. We are currently in the F1 2011 season, Season 2, Round 13, the Italian Grand Prix, and this is actually the finale of our triple build today. If you've missed the previous two episodes from today, the Belgian and the Hungarian Grand Prix, then you can go check both of those out with the card annotation in the top right hand corner of your screens, and there will also be a card annotation up there for you guys to go catch up with the whole series if you have missed it. If you are new to the series, then you won't really know all about the rules of this series, so go check that out in the description below as well. But we are here at the Italian Grand Prix, still P6 in the standings, 20 points behind Mark Webber and 24 points ahead of Lewis Hamilton. That means that we are currently in a Williams seat for F1 2012. But we would like to push on, maybe try and get that Force India seat for next season if we can get P3. But we definitely want to try and stay in this Williams seat and not get dropped down into Toro Rosso for F1 2012. Right, nothing else to really talk about. No, we actually do have something to talk about because we have an email about today's race information. It's going to be clear with heavy rain during the race. That's unfortunate. Didn't really want that, but heavy rain during the race. They want me to qualify in 8th and finish the race in 5th. So we'll wait and see whether we can achieve that or not. But without any further ado, let's head over to the race weekend for the Italian Grand Prix. Here we go then. One shot qualifying at the Italian Grand Prix, and luckily there is no rain that I didn't know about here today, so I'm very happy with that. And through the final corner, DRS open, using all of our curves all the way down to the line, and let's get this lap underway. I'll be hoping to get in the top half of the field. I'm already hitting the rev limiter. That just shows that the fast setup is not the one to go for, set up by Jeff. So thank you very much, Jeff, with your terrible race strategy. It's awful, and that was a terrible line in towards turn 1 and turn 2. So I need to make it up over the rest of the lap. Okay, we're down on straight line speed, but we can still make it up. We can still make up the time. One corner left to go in this one-shot qualifying session. What can we do here today? We've hit the rev limiter once again. That's so annoying. I'm so disappointed that I've failed to set up the car. Usually I use pre-made setups, or I use the engineer's one, so they kind of work. Not really going to work here today as they don't change the gears. But what's the lap time? Good enough for 9th. 9th place. What a lap here today. If we sorted out the gears, we could maybe challenge for pole, because we are hitting the rev limiter at the halfway stage of the lap. So hopefully, we can't really change the gear changes, but hopefully we've still got the pace to challenge with the front runners in the race. And hopefully I can hold on to P9, and that's what I'm hoping for the most, really. And we can. Yes, we do. We hold on to P9 here today. What a result in qualifying. We've beaten Felipe Massa, one of our championship rivals, and we've beaten our teammate Rubens Barrichello going into the end of the season. We need to beat him because the teammate challenge is looking quite close on the out-qualified, and we need to beat that. But Nico Rosberg in 3rd, Nick Heidfeld in 4th. Great result for those two drivers, with Fernando Alonso 5th, Mark Webber 6th, Jenson Button 7th, and Michael Schumacher just ahead of me, with Sebastian Vettel in pole and Lewis Hamilton alongside him in 2nd. Right, what can we do from 9th on the grid? Last season, we did last the first at Italy in the F1 2010 season, and we got 2nd place. What can we do from 9th on the grid? It's going to be difficult. It's going to be hitting the rev limiter, so we're not going to be able to make overtakes down the straights, but what can we do in the corners? Let's find out as we head over to the race for the Italian Grand Prix. It's race day here at the Italian Grand Prix. The heavy rain is among us, and yeah, it's going to be quite tough here today. We don't tend to do well in the wet weather. Hopefully that will be a change of fortune here today. We are starting in 9th place. The team want me to get, what they want me to get? 5th place here today. And we're starting on intermediate tyres. No real choice about the strategy. Intermediate tyres are the choice to go for. So that's the ones we're going to stay with. We're going to be pitting for another set on lap 5 or 6, just depending on who is around us. Teammate challenge. Okay, so we're absolutely destroying Rubens Barrichello, apart from he outraced us at the British Grand Prix. And out-qualified, we are pulling it back. If he gets 10, then he's beating us this season. So there is still a chance for us to claw it back and beat Rubens Barrichello in the out-qualified. That's what we want to see at the end of the day. We want to absolutely demolish him. 5-0. But we're just going to have to wait and see for that. Nothing else really to talk about, so let's head down to the track and get today's race underway. Sebastian Vettel lines up in pole position for today's race, with Jenson Button, my rival, lining up in P7. I'm in P9, and then we have Rubens Barrichello at the back of the field in P17 once again. Jenson Button directly ahead of me at the moment. So let's see what we can do in today's race. The lights come on. It's 5 red lights, and it is lights out, and away we go for the Italian Grand Prix. And straight away, using a whole load of curves. We're just going to be a little bit late on the curves and move over to the right-hand side by side now with Michael Schumacher. I cannot see anything right now, so I need to be nice and careful going down in towards this corner, and we've actually made it through okay, as we're getting pinned by a few good drivers. We're trying to go 3 wide into that corner. It is just never going to work, because I think those two actually cut across it. Where can I go amongst these two guys? Maybe in the middle? Nope, can't do that. Lost a little bit of grip there on Nico Rosberg, right behind Fernando Alonso at the moment. Is he going to go defensive into this corner? He may do. I've broken very, very early just because I actually want to make the corner and not actually crash into anybody. Struggling for grip through that corner. Maybe because of the setup I've got on is definitely for dry weather. Didn't really set up for the race, so that was a little bit stupid of me. But let's see what we can do in this race. Oh, there's been a crash between Nico Rosberg and Nick Heidfeld in today's race. Is that going to allow Nico Rosberg to go slowly? I'm not too sure. There's been a big old pile up ahead of us. Lewis Hamilton goes slowly. Oh my word, what on earth has happened there between those guys? That's incredible. That was absolutely incredible. Literally like getting the star in Mario Kart as I just overtake everybody. Thank you very much. And I will take the lead of the race. Oh my god. I've been struggling this whole race so far. I mean, it's only been 1 lap, but I've been struggling with the wet weather. And then I've just been gifted the race lead. What's happened to Seb then? Has he broken his front wing? He's been disqualified. Has he been disqualified? He's ghosting. What on earth has happened to Sebastian Vettel then? What happened? I don't know what happened to Sebastian Vettel, but he's ghosting at the moment. And that held everybody up. And that is going to put me into the lead of the race. So thank you very much, you guys. I will take the lead of the race, and let's see if I can hold on to it. I've got Lewis Hamilton, though, right up my gearbox. He definitely wants to try and get past me as soon as he possibly can. I am not going to give him any room to get past me, because I do not want to gift him the lead of this race. I want to hold on to this race lead for as long as I possibly can. Lewis, no. No, 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 Lewis, no, please. Just let me have it. Just let me have the race win. Thank you. Situation report then after 3 laps of this Italian Grand Prix. I'm setting fastest laps at the moment, which is always good. And I've got a nice little lead over Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso, who are having their own little battle out on track right now. So I'm doing a good job of holding on to this race lead. They're just battling each other. So as long as they keep doing that, then I should definitely hold on to this race lead. That's not good news. Lewis Hamilton setting the fastest lap of the race so far. He is hunting me down. Okay, this is going to be tricky. This is going to be very tricky to try and hold on to this race lead. But I still believe in myself that I have the capabilities to do so. Oh, nearly lost the back end through there. That's going to allow Lewis Hamilton to possibly go for the overtake down in towards the Parabolica. He's going to go around the outside. Maybe. No, he doesn't. He thinks better of it. As I maybe overshot this a little bit. No. Okay, we've got the car turned in. We're coming into pits on this lap. So is Lewis Hamilton, I believe. So maybe, just maybe, he can jump us. It's going to be the battle of the pit crews here today. We've got a nice little lead there over Lewis Hamilton as we can fly into the pit lane. If he can get held up by maybe a Lotus Renault or a Mercedes coming into the pits, then that will really help me out. And go, go, go. I think, yes, it's happened again. It's happened again. They've been held up by a Lotus Renault. They are doing me such a huge favour in this season. If they can just keep doing what they're doing, then I will just carry on loving them. Thank you very much, Lotus Renault. You are helping me hold on to this race lead right now. I need to be careful of how much it slingshots me out of the pits. It's fine. Okay, that's all right. We've got Rubens Barrichello, my teammate, just ahead of me. So that's going to be a good indicator of how quick we are around the circuit. If we can catch up to Rubens Barrichello, then we're not too bad. But if we can't, then it just shows that we are definitely going to have to start a truly train. I'd probably say we actually have caught up to Rubens Barrichello on this lap. Maybe not as much as we would have liked, but he should be coming into pits on this lap now, which he does. Same as the 4 senior driver ahead of him. And this should hopefully put us back out into the lead of the race. Yes, it does. Jenson Button losing out so much time. But there we go. In the lead of the race still and battling with Lewis Hamilton. He is the main guy on our mind right now. Okay, Lewis Hamilton's dropped off the back of me by quite a bit. I've set the fast lap of the race so far. Was not expecting that. Alonso's in second. Lewis Hamilton has had a problem. A big problem here today. Oh my god. This race is literally a gift from the gods. This is incredible stuff. Absolutely incredible. I was gifted the lead of the race. There is no way I should be in the lead of this race right now. But somehow I am. And now I have got a huge lead over Fernando Alonso because Lewis Hamilton has had a problem. Oh my god. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. 5 seconds is the gap to Fernando Alonso. Surely I cannot lose a 5-second lead with 3 laps left to go. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't need to be making mistakes like that, Hayden. Come on. I've got a nice lead over Fernando Alonso. I do not want to throw it away. Okay, I'm running out of fuel. I'm on -1 lap of fuel. Okay, did not realise that. Need to sort that out. I'm going to be putting in lean for the rest of this race. Please. Please don't make me lose out because I was not watching my fuel load. That should... There we go. That sorted itself out. That's good. I'm happy with that. Okay, right. Let's get on with this race. Got a 6-second lead over Alonso right now. So, everything is looking nice and fine at the moment. Final lap here at the Italian Grand Prix in a race which we have just absolutely dominated. Where we shouldn't have dominated. We should not have dominated this race. But somehow, it is happening. And it's absolutely incredible at the moment. Hopefully, we don't make a mistake on this final lap. We can hold on to this race win. We've got 1 lap left to go. 6 seconds is still pretty much the gap to Fernando Alonso. Can we hold it? Only a few more corners left to go now for what has been one of my... Okay, no, do not make a mistake like that. For what has been one of my easiest races so far in this rags to riches career mode. Just like the German Grand Prix in F1 2010 last year. And just like... the European Grand Prix in this season as well. It's been so easy. Thanks to whatever happened to Sebastian Vettel. Jenson Button has just about overtaken Nick Heidfeld. We come across the line for our 3rd race win of the season. What a race, guys. What a race. What a dominating drive. Don't know how it happened. Don't ask me how it happened. Sebastian Vettel had a problem somewhere and I just flew past everybody else. Overtook 5 drivers in the space of a couple of yards. And there we go. Up into the lead of the race. And 25 points. Fernando Alonso finishes in 2nd with Jenson Button 3rd. Nick Heidfeld in 4th with Felipe Massa in 5th. Then it's Michael Schumacher 6th. Nico Rosberg 7th. Jaime Alguersuari 8th. Vitaly Petrov 9th. Perez in 10th. And then Rubens Barrichello 13th. And then if we look further down the field, Mark Webber 16th place. Lewis Hamilton did not finish and Sebastian Vettel got disqualified. So 3 of my championship rivals did not finish. I now jump ahead of Mark Webber because he was only 20 points ahead of me. And I would have also caught up to Sebastian Vettel as well and everybody else behind us. So there is still a chance that I could get a Force India seat this season if I carry on with races like that. I mean, I didn't deserve to win the race. Definitely did not deserve to win that race. But we got it at the end of the day. I will take it and thank you very much, guys, for, yeah, giving me that race win. I will cherish this one to the end of this rags to riches career as probably one of the strangest race wins I've ever had so far. But let's have a look at the Drivers' Championship whereabouts has put me into 5th place. And this is exactly what I got when we did the first time round of rags to riches, except back then it was for a Force India seat. Right, Fernando Alonso now wins the race. And maybe it is a case of, you know, the Drivers' Championship curse. We've seen it with Felipe Massa. We've seen it with Jenson Button. Now we're seeing it with Sebastian Vettel. Could we see it now with Fernando Alonso? So we just have to wait and see for that. But I've caught up to Massa. I've caught up to Button. I've caught up a lot to Sebastian Vettel and, of course, Fernando Alonso as well. So can I possibly be challenging those guys for 3rd place and that crucial Force India seat for next season? We're just going to have to wait and see how the rest of the season progresses. But I've got a huge lead over Lewis Hamilton right now. Looking like I will not be driving for Toro Rosso next season. Hopefully, I won't be driving for Toro Rosso next season, but we're just going to have to wait and see how the rest of the season pans out. Right, that's it for... No, it's not. We got to look at the constructors, and we have jumped ahead even further of Mercedes. We're not going to be challenging with McLaren, Red Bull, or Ferrari. Those guys are having their own little battle for the Constructors' Championship, but Mercedes versus Williams is the one to watch at the moment. And at the moment, Williams are leading Mercedes, and hopefully we can stay there come at the end of the season. But that is it finally now for the Italian Grand Prix. Let's head back to the menus. A great race, an amazing race here today at the Italian Grand Prix. Not too sure how on earth I managed to get a race win here today. Bit of a strange thing that happened to Sebastian Vettel. Not too sure why he got disqualified. Maybe it was for corner cutting. Something happened with Lewis Hamilton down towards turn 1 and turn 2. We will never know. But, wow. A win here today. Overtaking like 6 drivers in the space of 1 straight. And I move up into the lead of the race. And I just stay there. So that was pretty incredible. Emails after today's race. Got a contract offer from HRT. And that's our 3rd race win of the season. And that's our 6th of our career overall, which is pretty incredible right now. Pretty incredible results to get off our 6th race win of this rags to riches career mode, despite being in F1 2011. I think by this stage, I think maybe we'd got about 2 or 3 races by race wins by the this stage of the rags to riches first time that we did it. So in the sequel, 6 races at this stage, it is a fantastic result. But that is it for today's episode. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to smash a like on today's episode. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for daily Formula 1 content, and don't forget to share this video with your friends. We've done 3 episodes today, so I hope you guys have enjoyed that. But I'll see you next time at the Singapore Grand Prix, a track which we tend to do well at, but it was very difficult last year in F1 2010, so hopefully we can redeem ourselves this season. But I will see you then. Until then, it's goodbye from me.